What's up, guys? Swift here. Today I wanted to talk about our running back room and the three-headed monster we have at that position. First up is Khalil Herbert, the returning player who was not a starter last year, but some expect to step into the role this season. He was a perfect scheme fit and outproduced David Montgomery in a backup role. He had an awesome year, leading the league in yards per carry and was near the top of the league in yards after contact and production versus expected. He had 5.7 yards per carry on the season and is a very good runner who will battle hard for the starting job. It's his third year in the NFL. After setting behind Monty for his first two seasons, Khalil Herbert is hungry and talented. Next up, we have Foreman, a guy who was tied with Nick Chubb for the most rushing yards in the NFL after taking over for Christian McCaffrey once he got traded to the 49ers. He was a third-round pick by the Texans in 2017 who had high expectations, but his early career was tarnished by injuries. In his fourth year, he signed in Tennessee to back up Derrick Henry with the Titans. He was finally healthy, but he didn't get much opportunity until his second year with the Titans. This was his fifth year in the NFL, and a Derrick Henry injury finally opened the door for Foreman to start 3 games and show off a ton of potential late in the season. He finished with nearly 700 total yards and 3 touchdowns, finally showcasing his big-time talent as a runner. He then signed with the Carolina Panthers to again be a backup, this time to Christian McCaffrey. However, things changed as CMC was traded to the 49ers mid-season, and Foreman got the best chance of his career, getting 9 starts to close out the season. He was one of the best backs in the entire NFL over this time, finishing behind only Nick Chubb for total rushing yards. On the year, Foreman had 204 rushes for 914 yards and 5 touchdowns. He averaged 4.5 yards per carry and flashed speed and power with his game. He signed this offseason in Chicago with hopes for a chance to compete for the starting job. This is where it's tough. From one viewpoint, Foreman has been in the NFL for 6 years, and he's never entered the season as a starter. However, his play over the last 2 years certainly should have earned him a chance to start, as he's been one of the most punishing runners in the NFL to close out back-to-back seasons. He's now in Chicago on a 1-year prove-it deal and has a chance to battle for the starting job. Do not write this guy off. And then finally, we have Roschon Johnson. If you haven't seen his All-22 video yet, check that out. He has a ton of potential, and he's honestly the best fit as a true 3-down workhorse on this roster. On top of that, his pass blocking skills should get him onto the field early and often. I think he has the potential to come into training camp and win the starting job outright. But the competition is just going to be too fierce. Both Khalil Herbert and Foreman are going to be fighting for their lives and running hard. They will not give up that job easily. But again, Roschon Johnson is extremely talented, and you can't write this guy off. At this date, though, it's way too early to predict a winner, as this one is going to be a heated battle that lasts throughout training camp. I expect Foreman and Khalil Herbert to battle and share the load on early downs, and then Roschon Johnson is going to mix in as a change of pace guy and a third down back, giving us a true running back by committee approach in 2023. That's right, it's been a while since the Bears had a real RBBC going on, and usually I'm not a huge fan of committee approaches. I do like 1-2 punches, but sometimes with 3 guys it can be a little crowded. However, I think we have a very unique running back group with 3 very talented players that bring different skill sets to the table. I think this could work very well in 2023 and keep defenses on their toes. I think all 3 players have the potential to be starting running backs in the NFL. Khalil Herbert led the league in yards per carry, and Foreman was the second most productive running back in the league over the second half of the season. Meanwhile, newcomer Roschon Johnson has an exciting skill set and is probably the best 3-down back in the group. Bottom line, I am excited about this running back room as it's just loaded with talent. This is going to be one of the fiercest competitions on our entire roster, and whoever wins the job, if someone wins the job, is going to have competition behind them all season long. I think this year really sets up for a committee approach, and I don't think we're going to have just one guy. I think it's going to be a combination of all three of these guys with some Justin Fields runs sprinkled in as well. Thanks to everyone who watches. Please remember to hit that like button for me. Come check me out on my gaming page if you're bored. And until next time, bear down.
Yeah, we icy. We going for that ring. We about to go golf. Let's go to the swing. So, yeah.